hungry? Who told you to stay under another day in the sun and keep sulking? Look, I have an entire universe to run. While I love you, this isn't all about you. You have chosen to be unhappy. That's your problem, Jonah, not mine. By the way, your mission is done. You can go home now. Does that make you happy?
I don't know how to be happy.
Look, we've got to move on. If you won't listen to me, why not listen to one of my creatures? That whale, and you seem to get along. Would you like to talk to it?
Yes, but please don't have him swallow me again. I just got the smell out of my clothes.
I make no promises.
Hey, Jonah. God called me over to talk to you. Whoa, look at that. He gave me speech, too. It's pretty cool. What's going on, pal?
I don't know, Whale. It's just like I'm scared to listen to God. I hear God's voice, but I don't trust it. I want to do important things, but I'm terrified to do them. Then, when I ignore God, I'm not happy either.
It sounds like you worry too much. You shouldn't doubt God, Jonah, or yourself. Talk to God. Listen to God. Let your heart decide, and you will do great things. And be happy.
Think so?
Sure. See, I've got these fins and this tail, or I did, to steer me around. But I also follow the currents and the tides. Sometimes life is about where I want to go, and sometimes it's about where the ocean wants me to go.
Huh. Well, that might work for you, but I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't know if going with the flow is gonna work for me.
Well, it's not for everybody, but it might actually just be the thing for you. When water is deep and tides are rising, and when the storms are blowing in, and when the dams are fit for bursting, you've got to swim. You've got to swim.
I'm gonna flap my hands like flippers. I'm gonna kick my fishy fins. I'm gonna flip, spin, dip through the riptides and dive on in, and dive on in. I'm gonna swim through this world, through this dream and everything. I'm gonna swim through our days, round the stones and up the streams. I'm gonna swim through this life like it's just another sea. I'm gonna swim, swim, swim. I'm gonna swim, swim, swim.
We'll find a home. We'll form a family. We'll make a school that all fit in. And we'll teach faith, hope, love down the river, and how to swim, and how to swim.
I'm gonna swim through this world, through this dream and everything. We're gonna swim through our days, round the stones and up the streams. We're gonna swim through this life like it's just another sea. We're gonna swim, swim, swim. We're gonna swim, swim, swim. We're gonna swim, swim, swim. We're gonna swim, swim, swim.
If God is love, and love is spirit, and spirit's water, the living kind, then life is one great big rolling ocean. Let's all jump in. Let's
take a swim! Cannonball! We're gonna swim through this world, through this dream and everything. We're gonna swim through our days, round the stones and up the streams. We're gonna swim through this life like it's just another sea. We're gonna swim, swim, swim. We're gonna swim, swim, swim. We're gonna swim through this world, through this dream and everything. We're gonna swim through our days, round the stones and up the streams. We're gonna swim through this life like it's just another sea. We're gonna swim, swim, swim. We're gonna swim, swim, swim.
Big round of applause for these guys. Thank you everybody. Thank you, Keith. Children, you may go sit with your parents. Oh. And since this is officially our last Sunday of Sunday school, we wanted to present the children with a little gift from us to celebrate their progress, their completion of the school year, and their entrance into the next year, right? So for many of them, we are presenting a student Bible. Some of them received children's Bibles last year, and this is the next step up in understanding. So I'm going to call them all forward. Here we go. Sawyer. Who jumped in as the king today. So good job, Sawyer. Liam. Our mighty voice of God. Yes, good. Edgar. Woo.
This is heavy.
Maya. Izzy. Eliza. And Tyler. James. And for some of our youngest, we have a beautiful children's book, When God Made You. If you haven't read it, you need to get on that. Rome. And in special honor of her baptism today, Maddie. Here you go. Here you go. It's for you. And while I have the microphone, there are some people I wanted to acknowledge. One moment, please. So on behalf, so I'm the director of the Christian education program here. And we have some special people who have helped me throughout the year. One is Janet. Is she here? She is the chair of the CE committee and always a support system. Thank you, love. And our whale of a guy, Chase. And all year, we have been collaborating with our hospitality committee. Sort of. We'll call them that, the hospitality committee. And when I say collaborating with, I mean relying heavily upon. Doreen Welburn is not here. I want to acknowledge her, but I also want to acknowledge Jen Frowley. Is she? Who was here?
She escaped first.
All right.
We'll get that.
And Pat Yost. And to all our volunteers who have made all of our events not only happen, but run so smoothly. Thank you.
And I just want to thank Jonathan. He has breathed new life into our youth program, and we are so grateful for him. And God has clearly called him. His spirit is just booming, and it is touching our youth and our adults as well. It has been a wonderful journey with me to walk with him thus far, and he has a little ways further to go. But just do what you wrote that the whale told Jonah to listen for God in your heart. And God is still speaking, as we all know. So thank you. And his scripts have been awesome. And we also want to thank Keith. He goes with the flow and has just been terrific, particularly with our kids. So thank you. So when I started here 11 years ago, I was amazed to see the list of people who had been really longtime members here. And while a number of them have gone on to other places, whether to be in a new and different way with God, or to have moved someplace else to be closer to family, to do whatever they've needed to do, it has just been amazing to see the number of people and the length of years people have been members of this church. And we usually try to honor people who have been here 25 years, because there's a whole list of people that go beyond that. But this year, because Susan Castellano, who is in Florida and joins us online. Hi, Susan. We're so glad she reconnected with us during the pandemic, and we are really honored that she is with us. And she and her husband were members here for 50 years. This is their 50th anniversary, and it's pretty amazing for someone to have been this connected to our church. So. And Martha Gingrich has been a member here for 26 years. Astrid and Rob Quish also for 26. Olga and Lee Seaham for 25 years, and Penny Smith for 25. Keiko and Bill Spade for 25 years, and Kathy and Carl Thorsberg for 25 years. So if you see them, please do congratulate them and thank them for their longtime devotion to our church. Also, I want to lift up our college graduates. We have Will Chapin, Allison Lombardo, William Spencer Wright, who is in the Navy, and you can read more about what he's going to be doing, which is pretty awesome in his way that he is stepping up to serve in our armed forces. And also two of the Colby triplets, two of the three, are also graduating this week. So we are just honored that they have come through our church and have helped to make our church what it is. So we want to keep them in prayer and thank them as well. And to our children, what an awesome year. Thank you very much for teaching us so much. I've certainly learned a lot from you, and look forward to watching you grow. It may be from afar, but I will be watching you grow. And I am so grateful to God for each one of you, and so thankful for you as you move forward with your own growth and lives. So with that, I'd like to invite us into prayer. And this will be an abbreviated prayer, as we usually do when we have our youth present. So if there are particular people that you wish to lift up, I invite you to do so in the midst of our prayer. So kindly join your hearts with mine in prayer. Holy and gracious God, we give such thanks for our children and for how they enable us to remember to look to you and to know that you are watching over them through all the ups and downs of their lives. We give thanks for their parents and all the ups and downs that their parents go through with them, and ask that their parents would continue to have the patience and the wisdom and the joy that they have. We also lift up especially James and Maddie and their parents and their godmother and their grandparents, and ask that you would continue to watch over them as they learn and grow as a family as well. God, we come this morning with our prayers of joy and prayers of concern. There are things on our hearts that we're going to take a few moments of silence for us to name to ourselves or out loud if we wish, knowing that you know what is on our heart. Jesus, we know that you are so aware of what's happening in our world and even in our own community. And so we just give you thanks for walking with us and for holding us and carrying us when we're unable to do it by ourselves. We give great thanks for this church and for all who have helped to build it and to keep it growing and open to all who are in need of being reminded that you love them as they are and for all that they are. Amen. Lamb of God, we come, we come. This is such an amazing church, and not because of what we do individually, but because of what God has put upon our hearts to do as we seek to serve not only ourselves, but the wider community. And as our ushers come forward to receive our morning offering, I invite you to consider not only this church, but also what God has placed on your heart as you move through your life and through this summer. If you are joining us online, you can contribute to the work of our church by going to our website and making a contribution. No amount is too small. We are just so grateful for your presence in whatever way you can be with us. And so I'd now like to invite our ushers forward to receive our morning offering. Let us now rise as we receive our morning offering. And let us together say our unison prayer of consecration. Spirit of love and power, use these gifts to help heal our world. Guide us in acts of service and accept these offerings with our most humble gratitude. May what we give help to renew our spirits and bring us peace. Amen. I'd now like to invite us into our final song, Deep and Wide. Deep and wide, there's a fountain flowing deep and wide. Deep and wide, there's a fountain flowing deep and wide. And wide, there's a fountain flowing and wide. And wide, there's a fountain flowing and wide. And there's a fountain flowing and there's a fountain flowing and wide. Whoops. There's a flowing You should be up here. Deep and wide, there's a fountain flowing deep and wide. Deep and wide, there's a fountain flowing deep and wide. Awesome. You may be seated. Woo! Well, I almost got it. Almost. Anyway. Friends, thank you so much for joining us today. It is such a blessing to be with you. We hope that you have found spiritual sustenance to help you get through whatever's going on for you and your family. And thanks again to our youth for that wonderful message. Next Saturday is our FCC tag sale and community yard sale. Donations of goods are being accepted through this coming Tuesday from 11 to 2 p.m. And then please do come and volunteer and also shop to help support us next Saturday. This money goes to support the work of our church. The sale itself is from 10 to 3. Then please join us again next Sunday as our Director of Christian Education, Jonathan Rydell, will be bringing us the message for next Sunday as he leads worship. He and Reverend Katie Cates will be alternating leading worship throughout the summer as I take sabbatical time. So in the meantime, please do remember that no matter who you are or where you are on life's journey, you are welcome here. And now, my dearest ones, may God bless you and keep you. May God's face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May God look upon each and every one of you with kindness and give you peace, give you shalom this day and forevermore. Amen.
And I just wanted to say, as Martha said, she's going on sabbatical starting next week, this coming week. And Martha, on behalf of us, I want to say you have blessed us so much. We want to now give our blessings to you for a beautiful season away in body, but not in spirit. We love you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.